Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are back with the NRW and Nerds Rule the World. It's your boy, Kuya P, aka Patrick Michael Strange, and I'm here with the one and only from You're So Cool with Rob Medina. Mr. Rob Medina. What's good, Rob?
I feel good, man. I feel like I've been missing. I'm missing out on some things here. I almost feel like I'm back into the fold again. So it's always good to be back here on the show, man, because every time I come back, I'm like, there's bigger things out there for me here. So I appreciate you.
There's a lot going on,
man. I know, man. It's like you get discombobulated all the stuff that goes on.
Man, everybody's turning and burning. I'm so thankful, man. You've been doing your thing with You're So Cool and other reviews dropping on the channel. I can't thank you enough for that. The gaming squad have been coming through and a lot of different things going on with that. Heather with what she's doing with the comic stuff and her other side projects within that. And then she's going to be stepping up with some interviews and just some other things I also got behind the scenes in the pipeline. And, you know, I stay busy 24/7, man. Yeah. So it's a lot going on, but hopefully to give the content to the people, which is who we serve, y'all. We're doing it for y'all. So a lot of good stuff, man. And but yeah, man, what's new on your radar? We haven't done a check-in in a minute because we both been so busy.
Yeah.
What are you watching, tuning in on streaming, or what are you binging maybe of a series right now? What's caught your eye?
It's funny you ask. My son has been trying to get me to watch Breaking Bad for quite some time, and I actually started watching that with him pretty frequently, a couple hours. Well, I would say a couple hours, maybe an hour or two a night. Okay. So to kind of get myself caught up, we're up in season 3 right now. We're I think episode 10, if I'm not mistaken. Man, I'm so glad my son kept insisting on getting me to watch that show. So that's a good experience here for me too. I have not watched any of the newer stuff that's been dropping, other than The Boys, which I have been keeping up with, and I have not seen Stranger Things or Umbrella Academy season 3 just yet. I've been occupied with other things along the way, so I purposely make the time for The Boys and hang out with my son for a few hours in the evening here. So other than that, that's the only thing I've been doing as far as television is concerned, and a few films here and there that come to my attention that if I'm editing, I'll have a movie play in the background. That's about it.
Okay, cool. I like that, man. At least putting some quality time with the family, man. That's important.
Yeah.
So that's really dope. I haven't been tuning into any of the new Stranger Things, all of that. You know, we've discussed it on the channel. I let other people fill in those blanks and I'll read up a little bit to just be in the know. But I'm with you on that. There's not enough time in the day. And also as a creative in certain ways, when certain things or certain genres are close to what I'm involved in, I don't like to dabble in that because I don't want that feel or have that id to pull from that. I want to just come with my own with what I'm doing. So I don't try to josh that inspiration and keep it where I want to keep it at in certain respects, unless I hit a stumbling block or something, you know.
Yeah.
But I will say, with you watching Breaking Bad, that brought to mind Bryan Cranston, who is the amazing lead in that.
Yep.
I recently watched a movie and recommended it on one of my recent WTOP spots. Shout out to WTOP. If y'all don't know, I'm on there every weekend here in the DC area, giving my picks. He recently starred in a film that's on Paramount Plus with Annette Bening called Jerry and Marge Go Large.
Yeah.
Great film. I don't know if I had that as one of my picks as part of our weekly, but I made it one of my picks for WTOP after I watched it. It's based on a true story of a guy who's retiring, man, and he finds himself playing the lotto. It never was a thing, but finds himself doing it. And because he's a bit of a math whiz, where he can really put numbers together very easily, he figures out the system of how the lotto works. And so he plays it, starts winning this money, but he doesn't play it for himself. He plays it for his community, man. And that's amazing, you know, where it just isn't about personal wealth. It's about wealth of the community and taking care of the community and building up his area, his hometown. And so he does that, and along with his neighborhood, and it's amazing. And to find out that actually did happen, it's based on a true story. It's touching, man. And you just wish that we have more good people like that in the world, where, especially as of this recording, I personally feel the world's going to shit again. And but yeah, so great movie, and starring Bryan Cranston, who's as you know, you're watching Breaking Bad. Who, you know, he won many awards in that role, and Annette Bening, who's a legend herself. Highly recommend y'all. Jerry and Marge Go Large. streaming right now on Paramount Plus. Good pick. And other than that, man, I'm loving Miss Marvel. Amazing Marvel Disney Plus series. Probably better than the rest of the other Marvel series thus far, personally. For me, there's a lot of innuendo online and stuff like that. To me, this is a mixture of everything I love about a superhero, a young superhero learning their way. It's bringing you some cultural aspects if you're not familiar with that culture. That to me is so touching. The family in that is along with just, you're following this hero, but you also learn about the family involved with it, with that character, the friends in there. So it's such a great character ensemble, story-driven piece about a young hero. And just the visual style as well, from a filmmaking standpoint, is so creative. I'm enjoying it 110%. And it's bothering me again, but it doesn't surprise me because of the way the world is right now, of how there's negativity towards it. Because there's a lot of, I'll say it, man. People know how I am. There's a lot of conservatism, Republican. There's some thought against people that are of culture, and they don't want to see us shine. And all I got is these two fingers for them. We're gonna keep on telling our stories and sharing these stories, and you can either be with it or not. We're not gonna let you stop us. And I just love what they're doing with Miss Marvel. It's a gateway to whomever you are, regardless of skin color and or culture where you come from. I think it's a beautiful show, and I'm loving that. But anyway, I'll get off my soapbox. And but that's what I'm digging online. And to me, Jaren Marge was a pleasant surprise because we're watching a lot of sci-fi, we're watching a lot of action. So it was a refreshing, fresh,
nice grounded story
outside of that kind of stuff genre, that we normally watch as fanboys, if you will. So and Miss Marvel to me is outstanding, and
my son
bothers me that people are talking crap about it.
My son was watching that show. He's telling me that you should watch that show. I think you would like it too, and it's just me making the time for it. But he's singing the praises for that show. I was actually kind of surprised. Yeah, Miss Marvel. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was able to see the first two before everybody else.
Yeah.
And Heather and I talked about it, and we were so anxious to talk with other people once it, everybody else got to see it. And now they keep on killing it all along the way. And great to see that your son's enjoying it as well.
Yeah, he's enjoying it. I'm really curious to see how her story is going to blend into the new Captain Marvel that's supposed to be coming out, I think next year, because that's all going to be infused with that story. So I'm really curious to see how that plays out. He's kind of giving me some hints without revealing too much from what he has seen so far. He said it's definitely worth the wait from what it looks like here. So if he's singing the praises and hearing what you say as well too, I'm definitely interested, because I'll be honest with you, some of the Disney Plus shows, with the exception maybe of WandaVision, hasn't really worked for me all that much. So that's where I'm at with that.
To each their own, what I'm saying, which is all good. Not everything has to be for everybody, just don't hate on it if other people enjoy it. No,
I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all. It just didn't work for me.
I'm saying in regards to just the general masses, and that's why it becomes difficult with what we do, as a pop culture outlet that talks on their feelings in regards to the material that is coming out. Because you don't want to shut down somebody that, and create toxicity to what somebody may truly love. And I don't want to, outshine. If that's what you love, man, all love, good. I'm happy for you. You know what I'm saying? And I know I'll get mine somewhere else or in something else, So respect, brother, respect. And that's what people should do, is just show respect. So
100%.
We're here for our weekly, as y'all know. And now we've changed it up, as y'all know, in recent months. We're not going to give it all to you. If you follow us on Instagram and Twitter, we will give you all the releases that are coming your way. So make sure you're following at the NRW and at New Release Wednesday. We will give you the picks there. And because we've been so busy schedule wise, it's still me dropping the picks right now, because I wasn't able to get with Rob early enough to allow him to do the picks. But we're going to get back on schedule. I'm going to shuffle it around so you could see more from the squad. I don't want it just to be me, because I have a whole squad and I love their opinions. And I'm very curious on what they're most curious of checking out. So I don't want it to be
curious to pick too in the future.
So with that being said, it's me, and we are heading into July 4th weekend. We'll talk a little bit more on that and what else we have going on. But in regards to the picks, this is that big weekend because it's we're all heading to the theaters, and we have time off. So for me, it was crazy how things turned out when I looked at the selection of picks this week. That personally, I feel all three of my picks, the whole family can enjoy. And what's funny enough is I've seen 2 out of the 3 because I've been doing a lot of work, y'all, as y'all know. So I've had it actually looking at all the picks. I've actually seen 3 of the picks because one of them is a festival film. I'll go ahead and give that a shout out because I didn't have room to do a number 4. I'm giving you a top 3. There's a new film called Accepted that toured the festival circuit. I actually spoke with the filmmakers behind Accepted, a great new documentary that's hitting your screens. Yeah. Check out Accepted, and also check out my interview that's on the channel as well. But great documentary, essentially about this prep school. It's not really prep school, but people trying to go to college and getting accepted. Yeah, I'm confusing another documentary right now. I apologize. But kids applying to go to college and whether or not they'll get accepted into that particular school, an Ivy League. So actually, yeah, now it's all coming to my mind now. It's a school in Mississippi that helps prep these kids to study to go to these Ivy League schools, and the majority of their graduates go to these Ivy League schools. And it's really crazy. It's really wild how that all happened and went down. And anyway, there's a lot more to it. And I felt it'll make you feel a lot of different ways. And if you're a father, mother, father, parents, and trying to grow your child and educate your child and make sure, they get the best education, it's something that you'll find very interesting, as it was for me, because I'm starting to head that way with my child who's now entering high school this year. So good documentary you'll want to check out. It's called Accepted, y'all. That would be my 4th pick, but let's get to the 3rd pick. So again, as I said, these are family picks for you all that I believe the whole family can enjoy this weekend. Are you ready for my 3rd pick out the gate, brother?
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. Rob Medina. First up is Minions: The Rise of Gru. This is actually my daughter's top pick for this week. And I already have the tickets, so she can watch it.
I think it's just about every kid's top pick this week.
Yeah. It's fun. I like this series. The whole Despicable Me Minions series. Have you seen all of them?
I have only seen the first Despicable Me, and I saw Minions. I have not seen the second one. And is there a third one?
You know what? I think it went Despicable Me 2, and then Minions.
Minions, okay. So I've only seen 2.
Kind of like the 4th thing.
Okay. So I've only seen 2 then.
Yeah. Sabotage will always be a classic.
It's a great song. That song can go with almost anything now.
Anything.
Yeah. I gotta say the animation in this movie looks really good.
Oh yeah.
I think it looks better.
Turning it up a notch.
Yeah, it looks better than the original one that came out a while back.
Same visual style, but you can just you
can tell the difference in the animation.
They clean it up.
Yeah,
they'll clean it up really a lot
good.
More after every film. Shout out to Illumination. Oh, he's got the toilet blue water up in there. There we go, y'all.
Yeah.
Shout out to Minions: The Rise of Gru. That would be my daughter's top pick, but is my first pick for this. Yeah, so there you go. Would you be down with that pick?
I would watch it. I'll be honest with you.
Family out to that?
Yeah, I would watch with the family. This is a film that I would go watch the family, but on my own, no. I think I would watch it at home streaming because I did like Minions, but after a while, I kind of got bored of it because it was just more of the same
sophomore humor.
Yeah, but it worked. I enjoyed it. I liked Despicable Me. I wasn't a huge fan of it like a lot of people were, but I can see why people did enjoy it, and I did enjoy it. But I think I've only seen it once. I saw Minions twice. I saw it once on my own with my kid, and then with my nieces because they love it. And so I would watch this movie, but I'd rather watch with a family because I want to enjoy it with them. On my own, I don't think I would enjoy it as much. So, but I still think the Minions are great little characters that I think are a lot of fun. But as a film in itself, it gets a little old for me, unfortunately. But they're still funny characters, but
definitely
that's not my cup of tea.
All right, and that's kind of why I made it the number 3 pick.
Yeah.
Because we kind of know it. The ones I wanted to give 1 and 2, I've seen it. They're also different and are more original. And and actually the 2 films I have seen already. So that's why it garnered so much to give it the top 1 and 2. So the second pick I have for you, Rob, is coming to Hulu. It's a Hulu original. It's called The Princess.
Once upon a time, in a magical castle, the king's daughter was locked away in a tower.
Oh, that's what's her name? Joey King.
Promise to me that your daughter
Dominic West
will be my wife.
Not Dominic.
I'm not a piece of property
to
be traded.
Dominic.
But these guys
Got his name. He was
with the
Tony Stark's dad in Captain America: First Avenger.
I like a girl in lace.
Damn.
I have to save my family. Let's get you ready.
Not exactly ladylike
This
behavior.
is actually caught me by surprise. I didn't think it was gonna be an action-driven story.
Until I'm holding. You're still beating hard. I underestimated you. I'm used to that.
Jet Fogel for Lincoln?
Who are you?
I'm the princess.
There you go. Yes. At first, I wasn't so sure about it. Then I actually gave it a watch, and I was like, okay. And the filmmakers behind it, when they spoke on it, they put a lot of work in it. And it was. I was pleasantly surprised about it. It's got that kick-ass feel to it, but set with princesses. It's kind of taking that tropes and having a little bit more fun with it. And I said it's all for family, but I think it depends on the kind of family structure you have. It is a little bit violent. I can't recall if it was
Is it as violent as like Kick-Ass? Is that kind of extreme violence?
Not
or
to that extent. I'm trying to remember all the kills. But
was there any blood and guts that you remember seeing in there?
It's been a while. I actually watched this like 2 weeks ago.
Damn.
But it was good. I think if you allow your kids to watch like Avengers or Stranger Things, you can definitely let them watch The Princess. And my daughter's watching Stranger Things, so they can watch The Princess and have a lot of fun with it. And I'm curious actually what my daughter will think about this, because she grew up on princesses and now she's kind of like badass and loving stuff like Stranger Things and stuff like this. She'll enjoy a film like this. So I haven't sat her down with this yet, but now the world will see it. So what do you think about The Princess? Is this your first time? Because I don't think you were on the reaction that I did. I think I did the reaction with this with Heather.
Yeah, I did not see the trailer. I've heard about the film, but I didn't know anything about the plot synopsis. All I remember seeing was like the promo of the actress for one of the posters that came out. Yeah, and didn't know a single thing about the plot. Honestly, I was kind of expecting like a very standard princess fare, if you will. And then when I saw the action sequence kick in like that caught me by surprise, and it actually kept me engaged. And it actually looks pretty good. So that's
what pleasantly surprised me when I watched it. It grabbed me. I was like, okay, let them.
Yeah.
They would actually, some of the fight scenes was pretty good. And it's Dominic Cooper, by the way, not Dominic West.
Cooper. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, because I worked with Dominic West on The Wire. Yeah. I'm like, that's not Dominic West, brother. I know Dominic West. It's all good. But yeah, it's a fun film, man, and it gave me kick-ass vibes watching it. I think you'll like it. Kind of with
it looks like fun.
Kind of knowing your taste a little bit. I think.
Yeah. And Dominic Cooper is the villain in this one, right?
I'm not saying anything.
Because he looks like the villain. He plays a great villain. So I can go over with this.
He's a great actor. So. He's a great actor. But yeah, Princess, my second pick. Definitely a fun film. And yeah. Joey King is a bright young star. I think she's gonna be doing a lot more, and just some of the other casts you might recognize as well.
Interesting. Yeah. This one I'll be watching. I think this looks like a lot of fun.
There you go, and that's streaming on Hulu. And for my top pick, one that I totally wasn't thinking I'd love as much as I did as well. I kind of watched it only because I think it's a film my wife would enjoy. It has all the archetypes of what she loves. She loves British comedies. She loves anything really English, British. And she was a fan of Bridgerton. And I'm talking about Mr. Malcolm's List from Bleecker Street.
Yeah.
We did some trailer reactions to it. I don't know if you were on the trailer reactions.
I was, yeah.
For Malcolm's List. So I got a chance to watch it. And I also had a chance to speak with the cast. So look for my interviews dropping by the time this releases. Y'all will see it. I actually recorded it today. A pair of some of the stars, Theo James and Zawe. Oh, I'm going to brutalize her last name, so I'm not even going to say it. But Zawe and Theo, I spoke with them too. And yeah, and also I think Moonhaven is dropping. No, it's next week. I'll talk about that next week. I got some more interviews for you all coming soon. That I don't want to spoil it yet, but I'm putting in work, people. But Mr. Malcolm's List drops this weekend. Again, I watched it because I wanted to get a vibe for it. The trailer looks cool when we reacted to it.
Yeah,
totally thought it'd be a film my wife would enjoy. Watched it, and I was like, yeah, I gotta watch this with the wife. She's gonna totally love it. I highly recommend it to y'all, and that's why I'm making it my top pick. I think it's a great, not only a date movie for you and your wife, but also I think a good family movie because it has there's some wit there. I think with a lot of English comedies, if you're into Brit humor, it plays for everybody. And then there's lessons to be in there. You know, we all have gone through relationships and what matters to us as individuals in relationships and as family and friends. So highly recommend it. Let's check out the trailer. Here we go. Mr. Malcolm's List.
Miss Dalton, it is common knowledge you have been cast into this world without fortune or prospects. It is my desire to have you as my wife.
I am greatly honored by your offer, but I cannot accept.
This offer will not be extended a second time.
Third, actually.
Out of my way, idiot geese!
My dearest Selena, will you come visit me in London? I promise you will be well entertained. I need your assistance.
And that is Zawe Ashton. That's her last name.
Mr. Malcolm.
I spoke with her.
No.
He's also
he had a list.
Tom Hiddleston's significant other.
Of qualifications for a bride.
I would love for Mr. Malcolm to receive the comeuppance he deserves. Plus, it could be rather fun.
His name is, I'm going to butcher if I try to pronounce it.
As the perfect woman, then he discovers he does not meet the requirements on your list. That would be a perfect sort of poetic justice.
Zawe's so brilliant in this. She's so good.
Mr. Malcolm, there's someone I want to introduce you to, Miss Selena Dalton.
I'm very pleased to make your acquaintance. Perhaps you might join me for a tour of the picture gallery.
Most certainly have a reputation.
I'm free to song.
Is it the famous Mr. Malcolm?
I keep forgetting how to pronounce his name. He's a good actor, this guy. I like him.
Yeah, I heard his name so many times during the press junket, but I know I'm going to brutalize it saying it.
Yeah.
Why did you come to London, Miss Dalton?
Because I was lonely.
I was lonely too before you came.
Your list is a shield. You do not want to give your heart to a woman unworthy.
It gives us hope, and hope is a good thing.
Perhaps I am mistaken in thinking hope a useless thing.
You're being blinded by his intelligent conversation and devastatingly handsome good looks. What?
You thought to humiliate Malcolm, and you end up presenting him with the perfect.
This looks like a very charming show, or film, sorry.
I don't think you'll meet it.
And that's Theo James right there.
Oh, really? I didn't even recognize him. Look at it again.
I spoke with him as well.
Seems you have been deceiving me from the beginning.
Rocking that stash.
Love cannot be planned so carefully. It will stir things up a bit. That is part of its charm.
It's a charming film, I'm telling you. It's so good.
Sope Dirisu, that's his name. Okay.
There you go. And originally it was a short film. The filmmakers created a short film and then they adapted it into this full-length, predominantly female-led team, and wanted to kind of create their own project that they can also expand upon later on. So shout out to that amazing crew. behind it. So this
could
be the start of more of this batch of characters, from what I understand.
And this is the same crew that are working on this film too, that made the short film as well?
Yes.
Okay.
They expanded upon it. And the original Zawei's character, which I was surprised to see when I did my research in the short, Frida was in the original short, as was Sope. But Zawei took over for Gemma Chan from Crazy Rich Asians and Eternals. She was the original Julia that Zawei now plays.
Interesting.
So I'm curious why she had dropped out. I have to look back into that. But Zawei is brilliant. She is amazing, and she kills it in this. It's a great film. I want to go back and see the short now that this was originally based upon, and they expanded it out. But I'm hoping that we also see, and maybe that's just spoilers now that I just put out there, that this is a great film, but there's interest with these characters to do more. And you'll see why, and you'll want it as well, as much as I did. But I highly recommend it. It's my top pick this weekend. So there you go. That is what is new on film. Minions: The Rise of Gru, The Princess over on Hulu, and of course, Mr. Malcolm's List in theaters from Bleecker Street. Also, as an FYI, I haven't been putting much of the streaming stuff into there because we've been doing more so film picks with our picks. But also Miss Marvel, we're getting episode 5, I think this week. And we're done with Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan did it last week. Mm-hmm. So no new Star Wars right now for y'all. But we're getting episode 5, I believe, of Miss Marvel. And then also all your other shows. I think The Boys.
Boys of Friday.
Every Friday, for The Boys. Yeah. And all your other streaming services out there. But those are my picks for this July 4th weekend. Enjoy. For me personally, I'm going to get back on that soapbox again. Because of the state of the world, I'm not feeling very America right now, because I feel a lot of our independence has been stripped away, especially if you're of a female persuasion. I'm so shattered that Roe versus Wade was taken down. So I'm not feeling pro-America. So I don't know if my Independence Day will be like normal Independence Days before, but there's a lot of stuff to watch to help get my mind off of what's going on, to hopefully maybe instill and create change in my own mindset and help spur and change with everybody else, to hopefully we can make things better in the world. But that's me. You may be different. Anyway, what do you got going on, Rob, this week, and or plans this weekend outside of the channel or just personally?
Plans for the weekend. I don't even know what we have planned for the weekend. I think we may go out to a trail or something. I don't remember. My wife was telling me some plan. It didn't come out. It was not going to come to fruition. So we might go. I have no idea. I really don't know. I think we might go hiking somewhere, and I'm not looking forward to it, but I get to spend time with the wife and be outside, which is what I need to do anyway. So I'm all for it. So I'm down for that for the most, I would say somewhat, but either way, I got that planned out. And as far as for the channel is concerned, well, I just dropped a review for the Netflix original series in Man vs. Bee that's available right now. For you guys who have not seen it, it's available. Check it out. It's a great show too that I thoroughly enjoy with my son. Great little family, little show for everyone to check out with their kids. And this week I'll be dropping a interview with the musician, and producer and actress Nina Bergman, who was the star of the film Hell Hath No Fear, which is a film I also review here on the channel as well. So I was lucky enough to speak with her, and I'll be dropping this Friday as of this recording. And other than that, other interviews in the pipeline that I'm also working on right now as well too, and some reviews that are coming along the way that hopefully will come to fruition as well too. But otherwise, that is all I've got for this so far for this week here, and what's coming in the future here. Okay, so no plans is good plans for you. You'd rather not have any plans, just freestyle whatever you want to do on the weekend sometimes. It kind of, unfortunately, is working out to be that way, because if I plan for something, it doesn't work out, and then something comes up and changes, and I realize that I adapt better when it's up and when spur of the moment for some reason. I think it worked better that way in that regard, because if I plan things and don't go accordingly, I want to know how to adapt to that. So that works better for me for the most part. Okay. Sometimes you need to plan out certain things, and that works well, but once the plan comes, it falls apart. What do you got to do? Adapt. So that's what I've been learning. I feel that. I feel that. I was just curious if also like anything you're looking forward to doing maybe on the side. Oh no, I mean, I'm sure there's some other stuff as well too that I'm looking to get done as well. But it's just simply I can't rely on things to happen the way they're supposed to happen. I think you have to make things happen. If it doesn't work out, find something else to make it work. So it's just the building block. So it's you understand the journey. You put on something, and you when you go through it, something falls apart, and you're depending on stuff, and it doesn't work out. You got to make the most of it, and that's a big learning curve for me, especially when you're becoming more invested with that. It takes a lot out of you. You yourself know that, and I'm starting to feel the effects right now. Like before we started recording, I was taking a nap because I needed I think an hour sleep or something, and that helped out. So
I feel that.
Any little break I can get, I will take it, but I'd rather be doing other stuff with my time if I can. So that's where I'm at with myself there.
I feel you, sir. No worries. I feel you there. All right, y'all. So check out my man Rob. Check out his latest You're So Cool and his review of Man vs. Bee. We actually did a trailer reaction to that. That looks funny. I'm looking forward to checking it out. And I'll hear what my man Rob has to say about it as well. For me, the latest Show Pal Show, episode 98. On the way to episode 100 of Show Pal Show. This week, it's filmmaker Rino Rosal and his basketball film And One. Great convo I had with him. Check it out. This week, I will also have some interviews dropping on the channel. I'm trying to think in my head right now because I don't want to brutalize their names. Moonhaven, brand new series coming to AMC Plus. I spoke with the star of Moonhaven, Emma McDonald. She's the lead character on the show. You follow her journey. She's described as a Han Solo style character who finds herself on the moon and learning all about what's happening and the mystery that's surrounding this colony that's on the moon. And so she's the lead. I spoke with her. I also spoke with Kadeem Hardison, who's a part of the cast. He's what a little bit of a cough there, y'all. Getting out of being sick. He plays one of the detectives on the show that's on the moon, and different kind of a take on character that we've seen from Kadeem. You know him and love him. If you're as old as I am, as Dwayne Wayne on A Different World, and he's done more family shows post Different World. Really never had a chance to do sci-fi until this. So I had a great conversation with him about him now being involved with this project. Such a great guy. He was a legend to me. He was always Mr. Cool as Dwayne Wayne, and somebody that I looked up to and wanted to be like as I got older. So it was great to talk to somebody that I idolize in a way as a kid. So great conversation with Kadeem Hardison. Emma McDonald also spoke with Kadeem's partner on the show, Dominic Monaghan, who plays his partner as one of the police officers. Great convo with him. And also the mysterious character who's also on the show. Is he the good guy? Is he a bad guy? Joe Manganiello as well. So 4 interviews coming your way from Moonhaven, dropping next week, but got all the love from AMC to talk to all those members of the cast. You can peep those interviews as they drop this week on the NR Dub, and more coming your way. Over Father's Day weekend, I went up to Monroeville, Pennsylvania / Pittsburgh, and got to go to the Monroeville Mall, home of the original 1978 Dawn of the Dead. I filmed all the various locations there of that as a super fan. Went to the Night of the Living Dead original locations, filmed some of that, as well as the filming locations for Zach and Miri Make a Porno. Filmed some of those locations because that all happened in the Pittsburgh area. I got to be a film nerd with the family because it was something I've always wanted to do. Living so close to Pittsburgh, finally found that opportunity the weekend before last to do all that. So got all that coverage that I'm going to turn into a nice little package. I'm going to do some recorded inserts of me breaking it down and inserting some of the film clips so you can see that along with my footage from the actual location, just to give you something else. And maybe something I might do in the future. There's a lot of films that I've worked on here in the DC area that I'm aware of that I know fans would like to probably see. And hell, if I ever head down Rob's way, I know he's a film head and probably is aware of some cool stuff. And maybe we can find that out and show it to y'all. Give you a little bit of more behind the scenes of just this stuff that we love. Have you ever, that bids me a question before we sign off, because you're from this area, Rob. I'm sure you're aware of certain film locations in our area that you used to inhabit here. You ever go to the Exorcist steps?
I've been there quite a few times. Yeah, right? I've walked down those steps before.
Creepy as fuck, right?
I went during the day. I never saw it at night. So
not really. Well, even during the day, that's a steep ass.
That's a steep step. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, I was a little overwhelmed with the depth of that step.
Steep, dude.
Yeah.
It don't matter night or day. I don't like going up those steps. I've done it several times.
Yeah,
but because they're so steep, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to die.
I was actually surprised how sturdy they were, because I honestly thought they would be a little more flimsier. But they weren't too bad if I recall correctly. It's been over 10 years since I last went there. So it might have been 10, 15 years ago if I recall correctly.
Okay.
But yeah, I was a little nervous. But
forest where they filmed the Blair Witch in Frederick?
No, not up there. No, I think I passed. We were passing through an area, because that's actually that's in nearby Frederick, Maryland, isn't it?
Exactly.
Right there.
Frederick, Maryland.
Yeah, so I've been there actually I think about I was in the area, but I never actually went there. So this is about 15 years ago when I was last out there.
So yeah, I think that would be some fun stuff to do. I got a lot of film friends. That's kind of like a thing we're into. This is where we shot this, or also because we worked on a lot of projects, revisiting those areas that we shot different projects. So yeah, especially because I worked on Marvel films here in the DC area. Everybody's like, well, where did you film that scene in Winter Soldier? Where did you film this? Most of it you can recognize. Yeah. But there's certain spots that no, it's right in this exact spot. This is where Samuel L. Jackson stood and Scarlett Johansson and vice versa, whatever. Yeah. But yeah, man. So cool stuff coming your way. We're trying to think of new shit to bring to y'all, the people. So there we go. Rob, how can the people reach out to you?
Well, you all can follow me on my socials, on my Instagram and Twitter, Mr. Rob Medina, and on Facebook, simply just Rob Medina. And I have a show on the channel called You're So Cool with Rob Medina, and I have social media for the show as well, too. On Instagram, You're So Cool with Rob Medina, and on Twitter, You're So Cool WRM.
There you go. Big Rob. Give him some love. Give him a follow. We'd greatly appreciate it. And for me, it's the Legend Crew on Twitter, TikTok, and IG. Of course, Show Pal Show, AAPI Toy Heroes. And at the NRW, I started losing my breath. And at the Release Wednesday, where nerds rule the world. As y'all see, man, I just give it to y'all, man. I'm putting in the work.
Gotta warm up before we start.
Appreciate y'all. Let me go get some breaths so I don't die, so I can do it again the next go round, y'all.
Cheers, everybody.